Diretamente da Almeida, daqui é Cabo Morto.
New levels, new levels. The whole crew's on that new level.
Third season. Love it, love it. We got our first guest today, and she does so much stuff that it's hard to like even, you know, like what label should I use?
Yeah, you should ask her.
We got a new guest that is extremely talented. She looks very, very fearless whenever we see skits of her. And I love it. I can't wait to start. I would say that she's a comedian. I would even put actress in there just because of all the work that she does. And I'm pretty sure she's much more, but we're going to talk about it. We have the very lovely, very funny Miss Jessica Andrade. Yeah.
Hello.
Jess. What's up, Jess?
What's poppin'?
How we doing?
I'm doing good. I'm so happy to be here.
I know.
I love it.
How's life going? How's the weekend? How was your weekend? Let me start off with that.
How was my weekend? My weekend was chill. You know, I'm a mother, so I don't really do much besides clean, cook, laundry.
No, don't say that. You do a lot.
Yeah, I do a lot. Okay. What I meant is I don't do much socially.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm more in the house. It's so funny because Carlos Andrade, he did a live recently, and I was all dressed up. My hair was done just yesterday. He was like, "Where are you going?" And I was like, "To a party."
I wasn't
going nowhere. I got all dressed up just to do videos. I don't want to say that. Thank you, beautiful.
That's good. First off, how do you combine that with what you're doing, what you're doing on camera?
Honestly, it's really not easy. Of course, it's not easy, and I think it's just funny because a lot of times, well, more recently, I've done videos where I'm comparing women's lives to men, and not to say that's all women's lives, and not to say that's all men's lives, because we do have single dads out here who are doing what a mother is doing. So it's not to negate what a man is doing, but when we look at what a woman does, all right, compared to a lot of males, and like I said, this isn't just, I'm not speaking on every woman, on every male. True. But I'm gonna speak on what I know.
Your experience,
right?
Yep.
It's different. You know, I feel a woman just does so much more than a man. Yep. And a man doesn't really have to worry or do as much as a woman has to do. You know what I'm saying?
Let me put this. Let me just put the camera on me and Cop so that they can see us.
Yeah, for sure.
Because we're not disagreeing with everything that she's saying.
And I'm thinking she multitasks. So she's cooking and she's giving the baby a bath and she's folding clothes. I'm like,
exactly.
While thinking about content.
I'm
it's
doing
tough.
This right now, and then until I'm done, I'm gonna think about other stuff.
Yeah, for real.
It's not easy. I gotta make sure that the house is clean, dinner is cooked, laundry is done. I work a full-time job, so I gotta make sure that my tasks at work is all set. Yeah. And then I want to be cute or whatever. I gotta make sure the makeup is done, the hair is done, the outfit is
for sure.
So it's so much that a woman has to worry about on top of making sure that their kids are good. Yeah. Because me as a mother, my kids are my full priority. You know what I'm saying? So you will see me on the internet making content. Yeah. But there will be times that you see me taking a break and not doing anything. And that's because my priority is going to be on my kids.
Of course.
So if my household is not 100%, then I'm not doing videos.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, as much as it's going to make me money and I know that, my priority is my home. And as a woman, as my home,
that's the balance.
Very good point.
I'm going to make sure that everything is good in my house. And then I'll keep producing content.
Yeah. I want to talk about what would you say is what you do? What is the... If you have to if you have to explain in a sense, what is it that you do?
I would honestly say it's entertainment.
Entertainment.
Because I've recently started doing stand-up comedy. And before, you said, you've been to a show, and I have done host
Oh work. Yeah.
I feel like as a host, I'm impeccable.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's my expertise.
That's your lane?
Because I've done that for so long without even getting paid. I feel like I'm just naturally good at hosting.
True.
That's my thing. That's my niche.
Okay.
But like now, like when you start to tap into like stand-up comedy, that's a whole different type of thing.
How did it feel? How did it feel on stage?
It felt so amazing.
Yeah.
But only because
She's
I
a natural.
Yeah, I
Yes.
prepared. A lot of people say that, but I had to prepare for that.
Okay.
Because a lot of people don't know, but I'm super, super shy.
You are.
I'm so shy.
Oh, wow.
You said shy?
And even with acting, like I have such a huge respect for people who act and for people who do stand-up comedy. And Sophia Silva, she actually asked me to be a part of this web series that she was doing.
Ask about that.
Yes, and when I was doing it, I had a completely different perspective of what acting is.
Yeah.
And I'm not even gonna lie, like me personally, I didn't fully prepare for it because I thought it was like, okay, like I'll just read a few lines, I'll practice it a little bit, and then I'll go and I'll do it.
Yeah.
And me watching the clip over, I'm like, no. If
not.
I completely gave my all and really practiced every day, I would have killed that role. But I know I didn't because like I underestimated what it really takes to be an actress. It's not just going in and just doing it. You have to feel that character. That character has to literally become you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
like one. That's
Yeah,
one.
you can't just go in there reading lines and think you're gonna kill it just because like you do what you do. No.
No, but one thing that I want to say about that is that I saw the clip of the webinar, and I was like, wow, just she found her lane right now. Because I thought that, like, I've seen your skits, and we're gonna talk about it. They're hilarious. I love them. It's like, Jesus, is this woman in my life? Like, I went through all this shit. So, but when I saw you do the webinar thing, I was like, wow, this is like the artist is coming up now.
Yeah.
Like, because you can only go so far with your skits, of course, and you stretch it like ridiculously. But that's when I saw the real talent. Yeah, talk about that experience, like how it was to respond to the other actors.
Yeah, so it was an amazing experience. And again, big shout out to Sophia Silva. If you guys don't know her, trust me, you need to.
Yep.
Because she's actually one of my biggest inspirations when it comes to like women women actresses, and she's done stuff like, I know there was a Law & Order episode that I watched that she was in.
She was in there?
Yes.
That's super dope.
So and she has given me many opportunities. She's done a play that she's actually put me in that a lot of people don't even know about, but she is super, super talented, and like being able to work with her has literally been an inspiration for me and has just literally made me want to take what I do more seriously. Because for me before it was like, oh, I'm just having fun, like you know, I'm just posting stuff, but there are people who are taking this seriously and who actually put in the work. And after I started working with her, I'm like, no, I'm gonna take this seriously, and I'm gonna put in the work.
Opened a new door.
Yes, so she inspired me to actually take it seriously and not just to be on there just like posting because it's fun. Because there are people who do take it seriously, and then just to see somebody come in and start doing what you're doing after you've been like putting in all this work, sometimes it's like, damn, like I've been putting in all this work, and then you just come in and you just start doing it, like, but I'm working, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it just gave me a whole different type of respect, you know what I'm saying, for acting, for stand-up comedy, for posting content. I have fun with it, but I take it more serious.
How was it to like, because, you know, the things that you do, people don't understand that you come up with, you have to come up with the concepts. You're the writer, you're the actress, you're the cameraman,
Director,
you're all that stuff. How was it to just basically have a team there? And you don't have to worry too much about, you know, like everything else, like, because that's what I felt. Like, I felt like it was free because now you have one thing that you're focusing on, and not like, you know, shit, is the camera right? Oh damn, the phone's falling. You know, whatever. So how was that, like, that feeling?
Honestly, it's like a breath of fresh air because, like you said, like when I do my stuff, I feel like you said I'm the actor, I'm the director, I'm everything. Like I have to do everything from like on camera to behind the scenes. But to like, not only was it like, you know, like cool, whatever, and like a breath of fresh air, but it was kind of intimidating too. Okay, because I was like I'm in front of the first day, because so we had 2 days that we filmed because we were on a time constraint. So the first day I was like super nervous. I was not getting any of my lines right. I was just nervous because like being around people who are actually professionals, it's different. It's so different. Like you see everybody and they're like so on point, and then it really does make you intimidated, especially if you're not a professional. But then like after that, like, we had like a moment, all of us was hanging out, and then like she spoke to me the next day. I felt like I killed it because of that, like, you know, being able to connect with other actors, hearing their direction. That was so important for me. And it was such a great experience, just learning. Like, that was a learning point for me. And then I'm just like, I'm ready. Like, I'm ready to keep on going.
I saw that.
You're a quick learner, I guess.
I was so excited.
When I saw that, I was like, if Jess is like say you got to audition for something, you got to show them that stuff, because that stuff was really, really dope. I know you guys got to watch this. It's like
No,
is it
actually,
now I have.
Yeah, we put it on YouTube. It's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube.
YouTube.
You guys got to check. You guys got to check this out. Like, she plays like this. What is it? What do you call it? She kills it, like, with the whole accent and the attitude, like everything.
So you were fluent in
point.
Spanish?
Yeah, no, I had to speak with like a Dominican accent. And like I said, Sophia's direction was everything, because when we rehearsed it, she's like, yes, that's what I need. Give me that. That's exact. And then as soon as I get in the camera, I'm like,
No, it's hard.
You should be recording everything.
Yeah,
Take
absolutely.
a snip of this
I
and
know.
that.
It's like
Yeah.
when we watch movies, you know, we're so used to it that we think
we can do it.
we can do it. It's just like, oh yeah, okay, this is just a movie, or
Right.
it's crazy. Like,
That
just
is.
like she said, you gotta like be the person. Like, yeah, it's crazy.
In the world of comedy, how far do you want to take this whole thing? Do you want to do stand up? You want to do movies? You want to be touring? Is there a ceiling to it, or is it that, okay, now I found this and I want to do just this specifically, or is it just still open?
So I feel like I'm more open, but my goal, I have so many goals, right? Like, I want to host. I want to go to so many different countries and just be able to host and connect with the crowd, because I feel like that's what I do. Like, I just did a karaoke night with my friends, and there's like a karaoke spot called in Alston. I think it's called Stage.
Okay.
And they have like a stage, and then there's just people there watching, and I literally took over.
Okay.
Okay. And like everybody just like fed into it. They loved it. I'm like, yeah, this is, and even my friend Katia, she's like, this is your
That's your
calling.
lane. Yeah.
Like, this is what you do.
That's
and when
dope.
I look at everything I've done, hosting is
It's your
me.
thing. Yeah.
Like, I feel like I can literally make millions hosting.
That's
because
dope.
that's what I do.
That's your
Don't
baby.
put you on your lane. That's really, you talk about hosting comedy shows, right? The
Hosting,
person that comes out-
hosting anything.
anything.
Yeah, and not even just comedy, just like anything.
I'm
I feel
surprised.
like
Have you ever done like a concert, like a promotion? Like, you know, like if like we got the mega show coming, like would you do something like that?
absolutely.
They've never called you for that?
No, and that's the thing. I feel like a lot of people don't really know, because if you look at my page and what I post, it's just diverse, right? Like, I just post so many things. I just do everything,
Yeah.
like whatever.
No, I get it, but that's where it starts, because
Who
like
else?
MC
Yeah.
Beef, is MC Beef, is that the name, the guy's name?
Yeah.
The guy
He's
that's
a-
always on
he's a
stage.
host.
That's how we kind of started too. I never saw his skits, actually. I never saw
Yeah.
his stuff before. Do you know MC Beef?
No.
Bro, I gotta introduce you to more people though. This is ridiculous.
No, I've been to
know Jessica.
events that he was hosting.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a great
He's
host.
pretty good.
Yeah.
He's really good. He's really good. But like the way I like, if I see somebody like, I'm like, yo, I gotta get that girl on stage. I know like this is gonna work. Like she's, you
Just
know,
like CV Festival, for instance.
exactly
Right.
TV festival. The
But
whole
you know,
stuff.
when you talk Cape Verdean, I think the challenge is the way I speak Creole.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's my biggest challenge, because like a lot of people don't understand my dialect.
Okay.
Even here in Brockton, you know, the way I speak is more from like Saint Vicente.
Yeah.
And a lot of people here are from like, you okay? They're like from Fog, they're from Brava. And when I moved out here, everybody was like, you're not speaking it right.
Yeah.
And even like when I was working at Brockton Neighborhood Health Center, they were like the consumers who would come in and see me, they were like, yeah, I don't understand you. So I would have to get an interpreter for them to interpret what I was trying to say.
Really?
Yeah. It's,
I don't understand.
That's the-
I don't understand you folk people.
Really doesn't.
a lot of people
That
don't
was
understand
the
it,
same
and I think what bothers me the most, like when I do that, is like people who comment and they will be like, I don't know what you're speaking, but you're not speaking Creole, or like they'll criticize the way I'm speaking, and not for nothing. My Creole is not the best. Okay, I'm Americanized. I was born in New York.
Yeah.
Nobody even knows what Cape Verdeans are over there. If you find somebody who knows what a Cape Verdean is. Okay, exactly.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah,
I have
yeah.
a story where I used to identify as a Puerto Rican and Dominican.
Yeah.
Okay, because nobody knew what Cape Verdeans were.
No, I was over there and a cop came up to me and said, "You Dominican, right?"
Okay, exactly.
I got that.
No,
He
guys,
got pissed
American.
off. He called this. He's like, "Yo, come here." He called like backup to go explain that I'm Dominican. I'm like, no, bro, I'm Cape Verdean. So
Right.
what the
What
fuck
is that?
Yeah.
Bro, you're very
Exactly.
aggressive. Chill out. Like, I'm not Dominican.
Yeah,
It's
remember
not.
when we went to the island? They come to me, oh, you Dominican?
Yeah.
Oh,
Nah, you
John.
probably go as a Puerto Rican because they're more taller.
Yeah, we'll talk. Okay. We got a comedian here. So yeah, tell us a little bit about your upbringing. So you say you was born in New York. That's crazy. I didn't know that.
I was
know
born.
that.
Yeah, I was born in Brooklyn, New York. I lived there. Yeah.
Brooklyn.
Yes, period.
And you shy.
And I'm shy, exactly.
No, you're not.
And it's so crazy because, like, I've always had an identity crisis, okay? Because, like, literally, people would be, when I told them I was Cape Verdean, they'd be like, you're making that up. Like, that's not a real thing.
Yeah.
And they would tell me, like, no, you're Dominican or you're Puerto Rican.
I hate it when they do that. Like,
Yeah.
you know what?
And as a young girl,
Yeah, that messes with you.
that really did mess with me.
that's
And I
good, for
started to believe, like, okay, well,
How old
you know,
were you when you left there?
when I left New York,
New York.
when I left New York, because I moved a lot.
Yeah.
I've moved to so many. I've been to 4 different high schools.
Oh,
So I've moved to so many places. Yeah. And I think
That was
when
rough.
it really was. I think when I first moved, and maybe my mom might have to like correct me because like my childhood is like,
Sure.
I think I was probably like 10, 11, maybe even 12.
But
So then
you're really a New Yorker, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
but
really spent time there.
I left. I moved to Rhode Island, and that's when I realized like I'm Cape Verdean. I know what I am because everybody is Cape Verdean.
The right community.
So it was different. And then I moved to Florida, and even in Florida, people knew who Cape Verdeans were. I went to high school with Cape Verdeans. And then I moved back to New York. But when I moved back to New York, I think I was like 18, 19. And at that point, it's like I already know what I am. So it's like I'm not identifying with being something that I'm not.
Exactly.
So I moved to New York, and then I moved back here when I was 23 in Brockton. I moved to Brockton when I was 23.
23, oh, wow.
That's dope.
So yeah, I've lived in. So my upbringing was like, I grew up in a Cape Verdean household. I grew up with Cape Verdean cousins. Like everything was Cape Verdean.
Yeah.
But when I left that Cape Verdean space, it was the world, and the world was telling me what I was.
Oh,
and when
wow.
I would tell people I was black or I was African, they would be like, "No, you're not." Like, why are you lying?
Like,
You know, make me seem like I'm lying or like I'm committing a crime. Like, okay, I guess.
I would
you're
just be
right.
like, okay, believe what you want to believe, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Bro, you don't know me.
Right, but with a naive mind, and I guess like I don't know, I don't really know what to call it, but I just thought that what they were saying was right. And then when I went home, I knew what I was, but I even had like a big Puerto Rican flag in my room, and my parents didn't be like, take that down.
Yeah, I think they were messing up your identity.
They didn't tell,
Really
my
got
cousins
to it.
would come in, they would make fun of me till this day. Like they'll talk about it. And they're like, you had a big Puerto Rican flag in your room, you know. But yeah, I was literally going through an identity crisis when I lived in New York.
No, I get it.
And you had a lot of like friends.
All my
Or
friends were
Hispanic?
Hispanic. All of them were Hispanic.
For real. So you
Oh, that must be
Un
a
poquito, sí.
You got to.
I wanted to ask you, like, for the thing that you were saying about your dialect in Creole, do you had to feel that you had to do some research because you felt like people are just criticizing you? You feel like you had to do research besides, like, just talking in family?
The thing is that on my mother's side, they're from Praia.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
So
Mix.
Yeah, so they speak that, like, you know, the Fogu, and they speak that dialect.
Yeah.
But when they were speaking it, I was more in tune with my dad's side of the family, the Saint side.
Okay.
I wasn't really in tune with my mother's side of the family until I moved out here.
Okay.
So even when they spoke, like, I never paid much attention to it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what it is. I just never paid attention to what they were saying because it was either they were talking like that and I did not understand what they were saying, or they were talking to me in English. And I understood everything.
All right.
But
Well,
it was more sufficient for me.
I'm here to be just big bro for right now because I don't speak great Criollo, and I'm saying fuck those people. Like I don't give a fuck about you. Like I don't even understand. Like you, me develop Criollo at Siniclau, right? Like that was my big thing because I grew up with people from Situatao. That's my mom's side and Siniclau, and now you know the Siniclau side because my mom and pops broke up, so So everybody from Satutan always makes fun of my accent, whatever, right? My thing is this: shut the fuck. She's like, shut up. Like, first of all, don't be telling me, oh yeah, your Creole's wrong, or because the Creole did it, but I don't care about your opinion. And just, I'm telling you, I've seen your skits. Your Creole's fine. Your Creole's fine.
For sure.
Stop with the capo. Like, what do you want it to sound like? The Portuguese, like using all those freaking words. Stop that shit. All right.
Me, my point of view, that's what makes her videos funny.
Yeah.
It's the way she talks.
Yeah.
You know that's what I.
That's true.
So
that's true. No, but yo, sit your unproductive ass down somewhere. You're not doing anything, and you're criticizing somebody that's working very hard at a craft, and she's doing an amazing job with it. Now you're gonna talk smack about haters. Hi haters.
No, you should say bye, haters.
I'll say bye when I leave. You come across very fearless when I see you on stage, and when I see you on your stage. Where does the confidence come from? Like, because I know we all suffer from our insecurities. I know all of that stuff, and I know that, especially being somebody in the spotlight, being a woman, being a Cape Verdean woman, having to deal with crap like languages. What the hell we talking about here?
Right.
Where does that confidence come from?
It's so funny that you asked that, because I've always been insecure.
Oh, for real?
I've always been very, very insecure for many reasons.
You still feel that way?
I have my moments where I'm insecure. But I think what's happened to me as I've grown up is that I've literally, till this day, I'm 33 years old. I'm still learning me. And the more I start to learn me and focus on me, I'm loving myself more.
Oh.
So I've always been the type of person who has always listened to like outside people.
Oh, wow.
And like the way people will criticize me and the way people will talk about me ever since I was like young. Like just little things that people would say here and there that they think like, oh, it's not a big deal, but it would affect me.
Yeah, of course.
So I've always been like really, really insecure, to the point where like I've tapped into, and even like getting closer with God, I've just tapped into this different type of energy where it's like, I really don't give a F what anybody is saying about me.
Exactly.
Because at the end of the day, I'm at the point where I'm so like secure within myself. I've learned to know what my value is.
That's a
that I really don't give a damn what anybody says about me.
You shouldn't.
Because if you literally listen, and even now, like when I do my videos, there'll be like so many people who give me so much love, and I love those people so much. But you still get those people who say the meanest things, who will literally create a fake page just to talk down on you. But it's like,
is it more male or female, or is it just the same?
I think it used to be more female, but now that I'm doing stuff where it's like more like women empowerment, it's more males, which I don't take offense to it. For me, it's like, okay, just like go figure it, go figure your shit out. Okay, like go figure it out. Right. But for me, it's like, you know what? Like I don't even take it personal, because I see it as those people just need to fix their heart.
Yeah, for sure.
Because there's no way that you feel secure with yourself, you're happy with yourself, that you're talking down on people. Or you're making people feel like a type of way. Especially when I'm not doing anything that's negative to the culture. I feel like everything I do is like positive, or I'm trying to bring awareness, or I'm trying to teach people different things. So it's like, okay, well, like if you don't like me, that's you. But I love myself.
And also it's comedy.
Exactly, it's comedy. Exactly, humor. Right. Like I feel like people are so much more sensitive these days that they can't even laugh at a lot of things.
Social media, especially social media.
Let's actually talk about that.
Right.
Like the sensitivity of your audience, right? Like, does it? Have you done skits that you said, okay, I can't do this. I can't post this.
Oh yeah.
That it's like too much. That you don't know like how the people is gonna react.
It's so funny that you say that, because I was recently gonna post a video on how Cape Verdeans act when somebody passes away. That would be a good one. I'm like, I was literally gonna go all out.
I can't wait for that one.
But I didn't do it.
Why not?
Especially because like recently we had a death in my family.
Okay, that's understandable.
One of my aunts, her husband passed away.
Okay, so it's
and I was just about to post it when that happened.
Okay.
So I know because of what they're going through, and they're going to be going through all of that, that it's just going to be too much.
Did you save it?
No, yeah, I should say before.
You did?
I did.
Of course.
Okay.
Obviously, your inspiration, right, comes from Cape Verdean life, because
Of course.
all the stuff that I see you do, I'm like, yo, I live that, or my cousin lived that, or like my mom did exactly that, and still doing it. Like, mom, I can't wait to show her actually. But like, see how you work. And what is it with what is it with what do you call it, with parents? What? Like they just forget shit that they did back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
God.
goodness,
My
yes.
mom's. I'll be like, Ma, yo, you got me. Like, you was tough. Me. That's exactly your voice. Me.
Have a zip nada.
Have a zip nada in your shit. And I'm just sitting there like, ass whooping,
Yes.
classic. I would be proud if I was her. But she's like, nah, I forgot it. Totally erased. Like, totally gone. Where do you get, like, from other comedians? Like, what other comedians inspire you? Like, you can, go general. You don't have to even stick with Cape Verdeans.
Well, if I'm speaking on Cape Verdeans, I think, so let me just start off by saying that growing up, comedy has always been something in my family. My father is a comedian.
Oh, damn.
Okay.
Oh, that's what I come
I don't think I'm funny. When you look at my dad and you look at me, I'm not funny at all. Okay? And I keep telling people, like, I got to do a video with him so you guys can really see what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But my father, he's just
The real
natural.
deal. Yeah.
Like, he's funny without even trying.
I love those
And
guys.
he's always, like, had a camcorder in his hand, so he's always recorded, like, me and my sister.
Really?
Oh,
Since we were young.
Oh.
And I think he still has videos, like, on the VCR. Okay? So my dad's always, like, so that's, like, I just want to put it out there. That's my biggest inspiration before anybody, before
anybody
anything. That's what's given me my confidence to, like, put myself out there.
That's really dope.
Then we have my family.
Yeah.
We've always, like, done performances. Like, I've always performed in front of my family. Anybody in my family will tell you, I'm the one that at a party, you're going to see me up there on the microphone, just being myself, okay? I've been like that since I was a little girl.
That's dope.
Now,
And the family always a part of that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
that's
They always
funny.
call me crazy. I'm the crazy one of the family. But I'm the one that they know that if you see Jessica there, she's getting on the mic.
But you're also the one that if you're not there, you're always Jessica.
Yeah, they're like, where's Jessica?
Oh
Exactly.
yeah, they'll be like, oh, this
Yes.
nice wind or something.
Yes,
They'll be like,
they
"There's
know.
no fun."
I love my family for that. We have so much fun.
Oh.
But when you look at, like, the comedians that are not a part of my family, obviously, after I got on the internet and I started posting my stuff and I started, like, recognizing that there are actually other people who do these things, Carlos Andrade, Benji Comedia, CD Tap, they're all hilarious. And I've done shows, I didn't even know who they were before. And then once I did shows with them, like, I start to watch their stuff and I'm like, wow, like, this is talent.
They're nice when you
This
you
is
guys
talent.
connected.
Like, yeah, I'm like,
It was
wow,
really
like,
nice.
they're funny. And I'm
awesome.
like, I'm learning, like, so
From them,
much from them.
Uh-huh.
Like, they have taught me so much, even when it comes to, like, editing. Like, stuff like that. I've learned so much from each of them.
That's dope.
If I'm being honest, I don't know, and I would love to know, but I don't know too many Cape Verdean women comedians. But I would love to know who they are because I would work with them.
Yeah,
I would
for sure,
love to work.
definitely,
I would
sure.
love to collaborate with
That'd
them.
be super
but
dope.
I don't know a lot.
But how about, let's go a little further. How about, like, just comedians in general? So, like, the Kevin Harts of the world,
Yes.
the Tiffany Haddish of the world.
Yes.
What do you? Who's like? Let's say your top three ones that you love. Stand
Top
up
three, that's hard.
comedians in movies, whatever.
Wow, that's really hard.
Just three people.
Well, I'm gonna-
name five of them. Name five of them.
Okay, we're gonna Will Smith. I love
Hey,
Will Smith.
my God.
Okay, he's
I love him
hilarious
too.
to me. I love Martin.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say somebody that I don't really hear a lot of people say, and it's so ironic because I'm saying Will Smith, but Chris Rock.
Hey.
Because I've seen this.
You don't see a lot of people talk about Chris Rock.
I really don't.
Nah, he's
and
top
I've
five.
seen this. I'll never. And the reason why I say him is because I seen the stand up from him when I was really young, and he was talking about Little John's, like to the window, to the wall, and like how and how people are like women were like they'll be in the club singing that song, not even like paying attention to that lyric.
Yeah.
And that was like the
That was
funniest stand up from
funniest,
him I've ever seen.
That was really funny. That's a classic one.
Yes,
for
that was
sure.
so
Yeah,
funny.
It is.
And then, like, when I think about women, it's really hard because I don't want to say, like, I feel like there's so many women in comedy.
Yeah,
but I'll throw out, like, Monique, from the Parkers.
Very good.
She's
I
like
think
so
she's
fearless.
super talented.
She's like,
I couldn't understand the criticism that she got.
Yeah.
Because I was like, yo, look at her resume.
Right.
This woman is crazy. Like she won an Oscar. She's such a good dramatic actress. Like, I don't know if you guys saw her.
Oh,
Precious.
yeah.
Like, she's ridiculous.
She's
Stand up. I'm telling you, she is super, super funny.
Oh, yeah.
So when she got that, criticism like a few years ago about the fact that she was, she wanted to ask for more money, and people were criticized. I was like, what the hell y'all talking about? This is Monique.
Exactly.
Like, she's really, really that.
Like, why are you sleeping on her?
I know, right? Definitely.
But what happened? Carrie, what's her name? She got sued.
Cool. Tiffany Haddish, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that too.
That was a tough one. That was a tough one just
she has nothing now.
Just because of the...
But somebody said she was trolling when she did that video with TMZ, so I don't know how true that is.
No, maybe she was. Yeah, maybe she was. I hope she was, because I'm so sick and tired of this cancel shit. Like,
the cancel
get the fuck
culture.
on. Yeah, of course, she made a skit. It was maybe in bad taste or whatever. But there's no pattern.
Right.
Like, that's the thing that I always say to people. Like, stop judging people by one move or whatever, right? Like, okay, don't get me wrong. There's certain moves that are bad. Like, you kill somebody, you do rape whatever, you know, that's one and done, right? But if you say something wrong, or if you give your true feeling about something and it's something wrong, you should be able to just say, yo, my bad, that was a bad taste, and let's just move on. Not like, oh, now I'm going to just cancel the whole thing.
I can relate to that.
How you, like, especially you making content, do you fear that at all? Like, you know, because you're still, you know, you're coming up, and I feel that sky's the limit for you, and I think that you're really going to go really far if you stay focused with this. But once you, let's say you're on that, are you going to be like, are you going to really be fearless to that point, so that somebody can just cancel you at any time?
You know, it's so funny that you say that, because recently I had somebody who left a comment. This happened maybe like 2 days ago. Someone left a comment. They made a fake page, and they left a comment. They're like, "Oh, I'll never forget when you posted a video and you called your Haitian baby daddy a monkey." Mind you, I was in Market Basket, and this was with, and you know, I'll just put it out there. I do have 3 kids, and each one of them is with different fathers. I do not have any shame in that, because every single one of them I've had a genuine relationship with. And each one of them I thought I was going to get married to, so, you know. But, like, you know, I'm still really close.
You're a sucker for love?
I am a sucker for love. And each one of them, I'm still really close with them. So I don't really take, like, that stereotype where people talk about different... Like, I don't take that in offense, because I know who I am.
Yeah, exactly.
However, with this situation, like, he's like, we're still like really good friends, you know what I'm saying? And we were in the supermarket in Market Basket, and we were kidding around, and like we were calling each other names, right? So then I started recording, because, you know, that's what I do. I'm a content creator, so I'm always like joking around. So there was a cereal with a monkey on it. So I was like, oh, and you look like this, right? And then like there was a lot of people who thought it was hilarious, only because they know me. So they know my heart. They know that I'm not doing anything of malice intent. But then there's people like this who don't say anything, who just watch me, don't say anything, but you know that they don't like you, right? But there were also people who did comment. They were like, oh, that's not right. You shouldn't say that. Yada. And me, I didn't think anything of it. But when I'm listening to other people, I'm like, okay, well, maybe it was wrong. Like, looking from their point of view, I'm like, okay, maybe it was. So I took the video down. This was years ago. Like maybe 4 or 5 years ago.
But so your boyfriend didn't get mad.
No, we were joking. We were joking. You know what I'm saying? So then this person comments, like, literally 2 days ago, I'll never forget when you did that. And I think they did that purposely, because they see that, like, my account is growing. So they're like trying to cancel me, right? And they want other people to cancel me.
Set you back,
Right. So then I'm like, you know what? And I left it there, because I'm like, I learned from it. I'm like, I never said it was right, but I learned from it, and I grew from it, and I never did it again. So it's like, if I'm continuously doing the same thing over and over again, that's one thing. But if I learn from it, and I change from it, and I acknowledge, like, this might have hurt some people, and I'm not doing the same things, then why are you trying to, like, bring me down, or why are you trying to, like, cancel me? I don't take those people seriously.
So that kind of, it was something that you did, and how long did it take to kind of give that comment? It was like
4 years, 5 years later, on a fake account, and I'm like, and I told her,
I never forgot. Wow, you had hard feelings for 4 years.
And I'm like, if you're really about something, talk to me from your real page. I'm okay with taking criticism. Like, if you don't like me, or if there's something that I said that was offensive to you, we can talk about it. You don't think there's things that I have done that people don't like? I did a video recently where it was like when people speak Badil to me and I don't understand, and it was like a trending sound, but the trending sound was like a I don't even know how to explain it, but it was like it was a different type of sound. But for me, what it meant was like, I don't understand anything that you're saying.
Yeah.
That's what it meant for me.
Yeah.
But people took it offensive. And there was a girl who like wrote under there, oh, like people of folk or whatever, they go through dysphoria, da 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 da. And I'm like, but I really didn't mean it like that. Like that was not my intent at all. I'm just, what I'm trying to say is, from my perspective, I don't understand.
I think
And
you
then
should put it in my perspective.
I love the language.
I know.
I want to learn to speak like that.
Hey, so
So it's like,
your mom is a Badia, right?
exactly, my whole side of my mother's side.
Your mom was from some city.
And I'm like,
Crazy.
and then she like unfollowed me and everything. And I'm like, that's fine, because that's how you felt.
Exactly.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
But I know my heart.
It's
You know
super
what I'm saying?
hard, yo. Like, people, like, I'm telling you, people
cannot please
really, people
everybody.
really
You
need to stop
can't.
trying to please, you know, because it's impossible. You can go in it with all the right intentions, and somebody's still gonna say something about it. That's why I tell people, I try to tell artists all the time, yo, listen, don't listen to anybody. If you follow your heart, you know you got a good heart, trust yourself.
And
When
that's
you
the
make
thing.
mistake, and when you make mistakes, just like you did, like you said that you made a mistake, I still thought it was funny. I have no chill when it comes to comedy. But if you make a mistake, then you grow from it. And you say sorry, and then we're done. You know, let's go on to the next one. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
What is your, let's say, your most popular skit that you ever did?
Oh my, it's so funny.
It's
the ones that my mom smacked
Of
me.
course.
I was waiting for you to say something different, bro.
No, it's the ones that my mom has smacked me, and it's so funny because when I was doing those skits, people were like, "You can't," and people were literally going up to my mom in the supermarket. They're like, "You're the lady who hits their dog." Like they were being so mean to her. To the point where, to the point where my mom was like, "I don't want to do this anymore," because people were taking it so seriously, and I'm like, it's a joke.
And you the one posted it.
I'm posting it.
Yeah, like,
over and over again. So it's
that's
obviously,
crazy.
so it came to the point where my mom was like, "Yeah, I don't even want to do this anymore."
side-minded.
But those are the ones that got the most views. Those were the ones that people loved the most. There was one video that I did that got 6 million views, and I had posted it on Facebook. Yeah, that was just me. And the only reason why I think it got so many views is because of what I was wearing. Yeah, and because my like fire alarm kept going off, so a lot of people left a lot of comments about that. But that had 6 million views. I've never had so many views in my life till this
6 million
day.
is your number?
Yes, that's my number.
That's a lot. That's a lot, yo. That's a lot. So, yo, shout out to mom. Shout out to mom for being part of your creative field, because she does a great job.
Don't
She does a great job. How long does it actually take to make like a skit? Is it like
Not long at all. You know why? Because we don't prepare for it. I'm like, I tell her, I'm like, listen, this is my idea. This is what you have to do. We don't need to talk about it. Let's just act like it's really happening.
Yeah.
And then we'll record. That's why when we record it, it
try
looks
to piss her off?
so real. That's why it looks so real. Because it's like we're not rehearsing it.
That's
we're literally
crazy.
going off of what she would have done if I would have did that.
Wow, that's super dope.
So it's so natural.
You guys improvise a lot?
You need to bring your dad. Now I'm like,
yes.
you need to bring
My
your
dad is a
dad.
different type of breed.
can't
Yeah,
wait.
we improvise. All of our skits that you've ever seen with me and my mom has been improvised. It has never been rehearsed.
Yeah, be written.
Ever.
So what about you know how
That makes it so dope.
you
Yeah.
have a skit
So
like
much better.
rapping? It's like, did you write that down?
Oh yeah. All my raps that you have ever seen, I have always written those down before I have said them out loud.
See that? See
Yeah.
that? Like,
I like the
thing is with-
poetry one you did.
the thing is
you
with-
did a poetry one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done a few poetry ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, those I write all of those down. Like I actually think about those.
But the thing is with me is like, sometimes I don't know, how would you say it? I don't know when you're playing and when you're not. Like, is rapping like and singing, is that like a real thing for you?
You know
Like something
what's
that you
so
want to
funny?
do?
I find it so much fun.
Yeah.
And I would definitely do that seriously. And like when I look at it, like there's times like when I do it and like people really like it. And there's other times when people are like nakabaka, like stop it. But it's so much fun. There's so many people who are drawn to it. And I really do think, and I'm not speaking like in like, you know, English or whatever, but like Cape Verdean music, I really do feel like I can make a thing out of it.
I think so too.
Yeah, I really do.
definitely think so
I
too.
have people who are actually wanting to like work with me. To like actually put something out
We
there.
want to work with you as well.
Wow.
We want to work with you
You
as
made
well. One thing I know about you is that you also give a lot of great and positive advice during your skits. Is that important for you to like shape the Cape Verdean culture as well?
Absolutely.
With everything that you're doing?
Absolutely. And I think it's because I've been through so much in my life
Yeah.
where I've tolerated a whole bunch of stuff that growing up I'm like, damn, I never needed to deal with that. And I think it's so important. And I know that a lot of things I say is very inappropriate, but that's the comedy sense, you know what I'm saying? But no, I really do think, especially for like young girls who are in relationships, to know like, no, you don't need to deal with that. Like, know your value. And sometimes it's so hard to just tell somebody like know your value when they don't see or know their own value.
Exactly.
But it's like when you start to realize like I really don't need to put up with that, you're gonna be like, damn, why did I put up with that?
For so long.
And it's like, and it's not just for women because there are men who deal with the same things that women deal with. And I guess like sometimes I do generalize it, and that's why like a lot of men like they get so mad at me or whatever.
No, but that's the thing. They get mad. They might get mad on their blogs or whatever, or on their IGs or something. But men are basically trained not to complain. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
We're trained to basically like if we complain, we're being soft. So and that's the thing that a lot of men struggle with, and that's why a lot of men have identity crisis. They don't really know who they are or how they want to act because there's a whole part of their emotion that's shut down.
Yeah,
right?
I don't agree with that.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Right.
It's really. It just is what it is. Like that's how we were raised. That's how it's like. It's kind of the. Like if we're talking about the things that women go through, that's the thing that men go through mostly, right? Like I'm not even speaking just for myself, but I just know by observing men and by like looking at how they share their emotions. Like if they're cold, I'm not cold. I'm not cold. I'm good, and they could be shivering inside.
No,
they're just gonna toughen it up, like little things. Like if they hurt themselves or if they stressed or whatever, it goes to the extreme to the point that it's like really
They
bad.
know how to communicate
But in between,
that.
they won't communicate about it, which is
Thank
really
you. Gave me
bad.
my next video to talk about.
Oh, there you go.
Listen, my whole family,
Uh-huh.
majority, especially on my dad's side, we're all guys.
Yeah.
It's all boys. It's all men.
Man.
I love men. Okay, I love boys. I love men. That's like because I grew up with nothing but men, and I think I have like maybe 7 women cousins. Maybe a little bit more, but I grew up with nothing but men, so I respect men. I love men, and you know what? I appreciate you saying that because you just gave me my inspiration.
Well, it's like one message that just for woman and man, Cape Verdean. What's the message that you have to give them that you think they should know right now?
Like in general, or like in relationships?
Like in general. In general, what's one message that you could just say for all of us?
Successful.
I think like one message, especially like in the Cape Verdean culture, is to just stop judging people.
Okay.
Like just stop
mind.
thinking that you're better than everybody. Stop thinking that just because somebody is not like you, that they're less than. Okay, everybody is different. Everybody has their own stories. Everybody is raised differently, but that doesn't make them less than you.
Yeah,
I feel
exactly.
like
You know what
we
I'm
need
saying?
that.
Exactly.
They're all
that
like,
message.
everybody is learning every day, and I feel like
Every day.
a lot of times like people are so quick to judge people because they're not so perfect.
Yeah.
Where nobody's perfect.
Nobody
God is the
is.
only person that's perfect.
That's the only
That's
one.
it.
That's true. That's the only
So
one.
just be who you are and let people learn at their own pace. And unless you're willing to teach somebody, stop judging them.
Yeah.
Talk about where people can see your platforms. Let's just get that out right now. Like,
Yeah.
what platforms are you on? Which one do you post on mostly? And where can people see you?
So I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I
the
don't
name,
post
say the
on.
name, say the
Oh,
name.
so on Instagram and TikTok, I'm at Andrade Me, ANDRADEME. On Facebook, it's Jess JESS Andrade, ANDRADE. I also do a podcast as well. It's called the Soapbox Podcast.
Damn, you
Yes.
gonna have us on there?
Yeah,
Hey,
yes, come on. Yes.
You guys do not want to see me
We do.
in the guest chair.
We do.
All right, you guys think I'm rude right now? Oh my God! Ask me questions.
Come on.
See what happens.
Come on over. 'Cause
Yeah, keep going,
we're
keep
on
going.
They ask questions over their questions.
Ask me. Let's go.
TikTok, same thing. Andrade Me. Everything is Andrade Me. Everything.
that's good.
I stopped posting on YouTube, but eventually I'll get back on because I really do want to tap into vlogs.
Oh, okay.
Like especially like. see, I have like a soft spot because of my kids, so I don't want to put them on, but they're like, come on, Mom, like, let us be on the video. So I'm like, you know, thinking about it, but I'm trying to just protect them. You know what I'm saying?
I like that. I like that it's organic. You're waiting for it to be organic.
Yeah,
That's
I don't like to put my kids on. I don't like to put my relationship on. I used to be like that. Everything was public. But now when it comes to my kids and my relationships, I like to keep it private because everything about me is so like public that I just don't want people. I want to protect that.
Just said it happened to your mom. You know, as an example, say your kids, they can just react the same way.
Right.
I think that's smart.
Right.
That's true. What's your favorite platform, by the way? Right now,
TikTok.
Honestly, it's gonna be so funny. It's Facebook because that's why I get the most love on Facebook. Okay.
That's good.
Because like Facebook, like you know, like let's say Instagram. Yeah. Let's say old people don't really.
Yeah, they love me on there. I love them.
That's true. There's more people.
Yeah, no, Facebook. They're so dope. I get so much love on Facebook.
Modeling.
Ooh.
Yeah, I read that. You didn't think I was gonna go through that. But how real was that when you went through it? Like when you had the aspiration, I guess, to model.
So I did modeling, or I tried. Okay, so I was in when I lived in Florida, I was in a Miss Latina Zona pageant. Okay, and I'm not Latina, but I was runner up. Yeah. So I almost won that pageant. But when I was younger, I was desperate to get into modeling. I would audition for America's Next Top Model. I would take modeling pictures. But the thing is like growing up, like every single time I wanted to do something involved with modeling, it involved having a certain amount of money that I didn't have. Okay. And because I didn't have that, when I would audition for stuff like America's Next Top Model and I wouldn't get picked, it was like, it just wasn't realistic for me. Okay. So I couldn't do it. Okay. But I've always wanted to do modeling. But now I'm at the age where it's like...
You like the fashion world?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But now I'm just like, you know, if it happens, it happens. But if it doesn't, like, I'm okay with that, too.
The one you just post is like you know, the guy comes to you and gives you flowers. It goes, you know, to fazer tudo coisa, and then ele tá sentado num chair. Agora a cadeira tá quebrada. E a boca tá vacinada. É que as próprias. Yeah, that was like, this is so true.
I do think, and you know what, because I'm always empowering women, because, you know, I love my women, but I do think it's important for us to give our guys a little credit, especially if they're trying, and especially if they're like, because you know what, if you look at so many different relationships, there are literally guys out there who don't really give a damn. They don't really do nothing. But there are men out there who actually try. They give an effort and they try so much to do like so many different things that they know that you're gonna like, but it's like the minute that they do one thing you don't like, you're quick to be like, you don't do nothing, like I don't need you. And I think to those men it's not fair. It's not fair to them.
It's not fair. If I would say anything to people, I would say, yo, listen, communicate. Talk about your problems even when you're not having problems. Right? That's something that I do in my life and it always works.
Give your man to have problems.
You know, like you don't have to be like when you're laying in your girl's arms and everything is good. Say, hey babe, you know the other day like we went through that, I didn't like that because this that. That's the energy when you want to talk about stuff like that, because when it's yelling, you're never really gonna get to something because everybody's gonna be like, oh, you did this and you did this, and then remember 5-6 years ago when you did this and it's never gonna get to something. I agree. Thank you so much for coming. All right, everybody go and follow this beautiful, young, talented, ridiculously funny, smart, you know,
fearless.
Keep talking to the people, you know, keep shaping the culture, because that's, I think, the biggest thing about your brand. You know, you make your comedy, you do that, but you also take the responsibility to talk about real issues as well, you know, and then you put it in your comedy as well, which is really, really dope. I hope that you stay as fearless as you are right now. I hope that you don't try to have people, you know, change your direction or have people make you feel a certain way. I mean, you're going to run into that. We loved having you here, you know, and we can't wait for you to come back. You can always come back. Right?
Well, I will come back anytime.
12 to 3. 12 to 3. And if we're potting and you come and knock on the door, believe me, that door is open.
You
can always come and sit.
I love
and
you guys.
And you gotta get us on the pod too.
Well, your energy, everybody's energy over here was so awesome. I love each one of you guys, and I will come back anytime. Seriously.
Thank you so much. This was a great episode. I loved it. Gomes, as always. Keyla, you did an awesome job.
Thank you.
Awesome.
It was fun.
Thank you to Jess. Love you guys, and we'll see you guys on the next pod.
Yes.
Yo.
Yes.